Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Risk here, and today I'm going to be making a video showcasing the game that I made for the Week 23 weekly game jam. And yeah, pretty much what the game is it's a game that you have to go and deliver packages to different houses in a certain amount of time. Because the little theme for it was special delivery, and this was the first thing that came to my mind, so yeah. Also, you know, I'm not good at commentating, like, live and all that, so I'm probably going to stutter and pause a lot. So, yeah. Like, also, I'm gonna have to take breaths, like, really often, so, yeah. Pretty much here, I'm adding in, like, arrows on top of all the buildings you have to go to, and I tried messing around with some, like, UI, cars and everything, but it didn't really work. And I think coming up here somewhere, my game actually crashed, or not my game, but Unity actually ended up crashing. Actually, no, I think that was before here. I don't know. Just at some point. At some part. Yeah, there, right there. It just crashed. And, I didn't lose that much. I lost, like, one building that I put down, and that's about it. And, yeah. Pretty much here, I'm, like, texturing it and making it so the wheels look better, and finally making it so it actually, you know, works. So when you go over it, it chooses another building. And, yeah. So after that, I think I went to go get lunch here. I'm not sure. I did talk about a little bit of this in my other video, so yeah. I've just tried to set down a couple more buildings, and I don't texture them up until later just because I don't know. I just really, you know, didn't feel like it at the time. But you see how it's just a small little intersection here? I make like an entire city with, like, you know, mountains around it and everything. It actually looks pretty cool. Now I add in some, like, residential little houses there, and just because why not? I honestly, that's the reason. So I mean, I was gonna do it all like these actual, like, business buildings and apartments and all that, but, like, you know, I just thought it would look a little bit better with more variety. So I did, like, little, like, neighborhoods around, and there's, I think, 2 of them that I added in. Now, I was going to add in some sounds, but I wasn't 100% sure if they'd be okay for this game jam, because you're supposed to make everything by yourself, so I never actually ended up, you know, adding it in. And, yeah. I'm coming up to, yeah, now I start, you know, texturing it. This is all, I think this is day 2 of the game jam, if I'm, you know, correct. And I start adding in some more, you know, sidewalks and everything. I get the road finally done, so, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be stuttering a lot through this, so, sorry. Right here, I try adding in, like, a little stop sign thing, or not stop sign, but, like, a stoplight, but it doesn't really look that good, so I didn't end up doing it. I mean, if I tried, I could probably make one that looked decent, but I just didn't really feel like it, because I'm lazy. Now, right here, I'm trying to make a train, which it actually does not look that bad, you know, this final one. So, pretty much, I just kind of place it down, and I end up, like, extending the train a little bit, which is what I do here, I think. But, yeah, I just make it so it goes along the train track every, I think it's like a minute and a half, and it's just like an obstacle that you have to kind of wait for. And here's where I actually make, like, the mountains to go on the outside of here, so, yeah. I don't end up texturing them until later. For whatever reason, it just mapped that dark gray one to some of them, and I end up fixing that later. Now, here I tried doing some sound effects and converting them to, like, an 8-bit sound, but they didn't really sound that good, so I didn't end up doing it. And, yeah. At this point, the game is playable. It just needs, like, a little bit more. Like, I don't think I did, like, a game over screen yet, or the gas, which is why I'm making a little gas station here, which I think actually turned out pretty well. You guys can let me know. But, yeah, I ended up making that and doing a little bit more of, like, the roads and everything. And this is pretty much halfway through, so this is, like, day 3, I'd say. There's a mono-developed crash, because for whatever reason, whenever you open up a new script, it crashes. I don't know if that's, like, you know, a problem with the version I'm using or what. It happened on my old computer too, so I honestly don't know. But it's pretty wacky. So, yeah. You can see the timer up in the top right works, and I never actually ended up fixing it yet. The game is already, you know, released and everything, and I'll probably do updates to it and add on to it in the future. But there's still a couple problems. So, yeah. I tried adding in like a little mini map, which I actually ended up going with, but it didn't look that good. I tried making it so it was the entire map, but it was like too big, so I ended up getting rid of it. And yeah, I think I tried, twice I tried making trees, but they just didn't look right, so I never actually ended up adding them in. And here I was just kind of messing around, trying to make it so there were like ramps you could go over, which they didn't work at all, so I never ended up actually like going with them. So yeah, just ignore that. I spent like half a day working on that, and here I actually end up adding the game over screen here. So I end up doing that. So now whenever you run out of time, it just goes to a game over. And yeah, so I'd start adding in a lot more buildings here. So I just try to make the city a little bit bigger, which you see it looks a lot nicer now. And yeah, so over here in Blender, I originally made like a huge apartment building and just a tower, or not a tower, but like a, big skyscraper. I ended up getting rid of the, apartment building and turning it into like a hospital, I think I made, which takes up like an entire plot here just because I needed something that took up space. Now right here is like 2 days ago, I think, so that's like day 5, 6. And I add in like a little arrow that'll point to each one that you have to go to. And, I was going to make it, like a 3D one, but I just ended up going with like this 2D one that has like some depth to it, if that makes any sense. So, I don't know what I was doing there. I was messing around with resolutions and everything, making sure everything's scaled. But, yeah. Over here, still like before, pretty much everything's functional. It's just like, I don't know, I just didn't like some of it, so I ended up changing a lot. Like, I changed the mini-map system that I made, and, I think I edited the speed on the car, or the truck, just a little bit, but not that much. And, yeah. Now I'm trying to do a lot more optimization, because here I was getting, like, 10 frames per second with all like, the roads and everything. So I ended up like getting rid of anything extra that I didn't need, turning down like the amount of like faces on all the meshes. So I split them up so it was like in Minecraft where you do individual blocks, Minecraft was probably the worst example. But I do something like that, but I made it so anywhere flat is just one big face, which makes it so it lags a lot less because there's less vertices. Even though it looks exactly the same, it just doesn't lag as much, so it's pretty much like the best way to do it. So yeah. Now going over here, this is the last day, I'm pretty sure. I could actually check the 21st. Yeah, that was the last day. Okay. So here I just end up filling in the entire, city. I kind of rushed it, so some of them like look really bad. So I'm sorry about that. You could tell that it was rushed because like the first few have a little bit of thought put into it, and then the rest of it's just the same thing. Except for this little park that I made, which I messed up the scaling really bad on. As you can see, the little benches are like twice the size of a building, so yep, I'm great at scaling stuff. But yeah, I think it just crashed there again, I'm not sure. I remember having a problem with that. But here's what I did for like the main menu, and yeah, this is pretty much the end of it. I just fixed up some stuff and did that. So if you guys did end up, enjoying this video at all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna play some gameplay of like what the game is like now in the background. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video at all and want to see me maybe do another game jam, I'll probably do it like once a month. I don't even know. Like maybe if just a good not topic, but like I guess a theme. That's what it's called. If there's like a good theme that I want to make a game for and I have a good idea for, I'll definitely participate, but I'm not going to do this weekly because it was actually like the most stressful thing. Like it might not seem that bad, but like, I was working on this thing for like 4 or 5 hours a day. The weekends it was like 6 or 7. Like pretty much every free second that I wasn't making and editing my normal videos, I was making one of these. Or I was not making one of these, but I was making the game and coding it, so I don't know if I do want to do another one, for a while. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.